Crash Bandicoot. It's about time. This is going to be just like the old days, except this time, everything will go according to my plan.
Given how dense every level in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is, it goes without saying that there's a lot of hidden detail in each one of them. Crash 4 is of course also a game that pays homage to its predecessors every chance it gets, so a lot of those aforementioned secrets turn out to be awesome secrets and references, calling back to previous Crash games and some other things. In this feature, we're going to talk about some of the best secrets we've found in Crash 4 until now. Spyro the Dragon Beach Float. Crash and Spyro are on very similar paths, with both classic PlayStation platforming franchises having seen resurgences thanks to excellent remakes, and Crash pays plenty of tribute to the Purple Dragon in his latest outing. For instance, in the very first level of the game, on the very first screen of the game, if you move back towards the water a little bit, you'll spot a Spyro beach float to the right. Spyro the Dragon Balloon. There's even more Spyro tributes in Crash 4. This is one that there's almost zero chance you missed. In the level Offbeat, which sees you moving through a city in the middle of a carnival, close to the beginning, you can see a massive Spyro the Dragon balloon floating behind the skyline in the background. Fake Crash Balloon. Spyro isn't the only balloon you'll spot in Offbeat. Characters from across Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon appear as balloons in that level. Another one is Fake Crash. He looks appropriately goofy, cross-eyed, and, fake. Fake Crash. Just like Spyro, Fake Crash is the centerpiece of quite a few callbacks and secrets in Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time. In fact, you can quite easily physically spot Fake Crash in a particular level. In Run It By You, when you're making your way through a narrow stream on a jetboard, as you jump over a wooden platform you can clearly see Fake Crash standing on it. Crash TV. This is one of the earliest secrets in the game, so there's a good chance you didn't miss it. Appropriately, Crash Bandicoot 4 begins with Crash chilling on a beach, lying on a sofa with a TV in front of it. As the game kicks off, if you hit the TV with a spin attack, it will turn on. You can also change its channels, with each showing intros of various Crash games. Crash Team Racing Trophies. Crash Bandicoot's recent resurgence owes a lot of its success to Crash Team Racing as well, thanks to its excellent remake, and Crash 4 makes appropriate tributes to that game as well. For instance, in one particular room, you can see Crash's trophy cabinet, which holds a couple of trophies CTR fans will instantly recognize. Right next to that cabinet, there's also a picture on the wall of Crash in a cart. Guitar Hero. This one's rather obvious. In fact, anyone who's played the first couple of hours of the game definitely knows about this. The level Stage Dive features the game's first boss fight, in which you go up against N. Gin, and the entire sequence is extremely reminiscent of Guitar Hero. The entire stage is set up that way, with deadly sound waves coming from speakers at the far end, while Crash hops between multiple lanes. Crunch Bandicoot. Crunch Bandicoot has been an important character in the series for years, and though he doesn't really figure into Crash 4's story, the game still makes a few nods to him here and there. For instance, right at the beginning of Rude Awakening, you can also see his name spelled out with magnets on Crash's fridge. Creepy Frogs. This isn't really a callback to any particular game or franchise, it's just a tiny little detail, but one that we noticed and thought was interesting. About halfway through Rude Awakening, the first level, while going through a cave, you'll spot weird, long frog thingies in the level's background on the left. You'll also see that their creepy, unblinking eyes will follow you constantly wherever you move. Keyboards. Offbeat is a level that's just full of details, thanks in huge part to its whole carnival setting. We've already spoken about some of the balloons that you can spot during the level, but there's some other stuff to notice as well. For instance, several platforms in this level look like giant keyboard keys, and they're not just there for show. Each key plays its own note if you jump on it, which means that you can contribute to the level's music in your own choppy way. POTOROO. Here's another secret that we spotted in the level Offbeat. In one particular section while Crash is rail grinding through the city, you can see the insane mutated blue kangaroo POTOROO jumping on top of a roof in the background. He isn't a prominent character in the game, but it's good to see him getting some love anyway. Baby Cortex. Cortex Castle is one of the most difficult levels in the game without question, and probably even one of the most difficult levels in Crash Bandicoot history, period. But if you find a couple of seconds to relax and take in all the details, you'll find some interesting stuff in it. For instance, one section of the level has paintings and pictures hanging on top of the walls. Pictures of a baby Cortex, tiny tiger, and what seems to be Cortex's parents. Whoa. Whoa is probably one of the most well-known Crash memes at this point, and Crash 4 makes a very noticeable and rather hilarious reference to it. In fact, it very blatantly flashes across the screen as you're rail grinding through interdimensional rifts in the level A Hole in Space. Dingo's Diner. Dingo's Diner is something that has appeared in Crash games in the past as well. For instance, it's something that players have spotted in the background in many of the racing titles. In Crash 4, however, it's very explicitly worked into the story, with Dingo Dial having given up his life as a bad guy and opened up a diner in the marsh.
Well now, what have we got here?
Either that vile swill Papa Batfield cooks up in his filthy outhouse. Come on down to Dingo's Diner.
PINSTRIPE POTOROO. Neo Cortex's trusty criminal buddy PINSTRIPE POTOROO has been missing in action for many years. In fact, though he's often shown up in cameos or in secrets, the last time he had an actual appearance in a Crash game was the first one. In Crash 4, he is once again relegated to secrets. In the level Offbeat, yes, again, you can spot wanted posters of PINSTRIPE POTOROO on the walls. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support, and we thank you for checking us out.